Hello.
And welcome to the Comic Queens podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie. And today we're super happy to have you here with us. It's going to be a little bit different of a day today. A little bit more off the hook than usual. Mostly because Alex is in a reading rut.
I am. And I'm very excited to hear you tell me about everything you've been reading recently so that I can decide what I want to start reading.
Yeah, I will say, I've kind of gone on like a reading boom, but I've realized recently that I'm really liking reading series that are further along, so reading like big bursts at a time.
Yeah.
So like I was reading series where they were like basically already in their final spin-off episodes, and then I just had to keep up with like the last few. But I've started quite a few new titles recently, so hopefully it helps to give you some inspiration on what you're wanting to read.
Yeah, so let's get into it.
All
What
right.
are you reading first?
So about like a week ago, I started a title called Lucky in Love. It's on Leash Comics, and I've already bought like up through the most recent episode. And so there are about 20 episodes as of right now that are available on Leash. It's a story about this guy named Weebum, and he has like the worst luck in the world. Mm-hmm. Like he's so prepared for everything terrible to happen to him. Like he brings several umbrellas because he knows if he brings an umbrella, then it's going to break. So then he has to have a backup umbrella for when that one breaks. And like he brings an extra pair of shoes because he knows he's going to step in dog poop or in a puddle or whatever. Packs himself extra clothes because he knows that even though it hasn't rained in days, somehow a car will hit a puddle and it'll splash on him. Like he is just like prepared for the worst of the worst to happen.
Taking the always be prepared motto to an extreme.
Yeah. I mean, just because he has had the worst luck ever.
Yeah.
So this poor guy, like he's back from his military duty. Everyone who was his friend beforehand is just like, how did you even make it through the military? Like he's constantly got like Band-Aids all over because he's like getting cut and bruised and everything from just his regular surroundings. But he's starting back up with college after his military service. And he ends up getting paired up with this guy who is very gloomy. Like gloom and doom, like everyone sits far away from him, like he's a complete loner.
Is he a sunshine? Is this a grumpy sunshine?
It's kind of a grumpy sunshine.
I love a grumpy sunshine.
Yeah, I know. So you've got like your little sunshine Weebum, like even with all of the worst happening to him, he tries to stay as positive as possible. And then you've got Yanwoo, who everyone just, again, like tries to distance themselves away. And because the teacher is trying to set them all up for like a group project, mm-hmm. they were sitting nearest each other. So he's like, okay, you guys are partners. So Weebum's like, oh, great. Maybe this is just also my bad luck. And they end up going to a cafe and like starting to work on their project. And he realizes that Yanwoo's like actually really good at schoolwork and everything else. Like he starts putting together all the notes and like offers to do everything himself. Mm-hmm. And Weebum's like, I hit the fucking jackpot. Like, I don't have to do anything. This is the luckiest thing to happen to me ever. So Weebum's like, oh, okay, I'll go get us coffee. And he goes to get the coffee and he slips.
Oh, no.
And Yanwoo catches him. And so he doesn't fall the whole way. And he's like, usually I would like hit the ground and burn myself on the coffee and like everything else.
He found a good luck charm.
And so he like kind of starts testing it out. He's like, I like this guy. I don't understand why people don't like him. And he kind of starts trying to turn this guy's life around. Like he's like, oh, I'm a physical like fitness major. I will like help you work out at the gym. And like slowly but surely he realizes like the more time he spends and the more contact he has with Yanwoo, the better his luck is. Like his good luck could last for a day if they worked out together at the gym or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so he starts hanging out with him like all the time. And so where we're at in the story right now, like 20 episodes in, is you just have Weebum basically being jealous because he's helped Yanwoo like improve himself so much that now like everyone else is like, oh, I kind of like Yanwoo. And he's like, I want him for myself. So I love them.
That sounds great.
It's adorable.
I mean, you're hitting all my buttons with the grumpy sunshine trope.
It's obviously a boy love, so.
Yeah, it sounds great, honestly. Okay, we're starting off strong. What else do you have?
Okay, so another one that I started is called 1 to 10. This is also a boy love, which is very different for me. I say that, but I feel like it's been like this for a couple months now.
Yeah, it's not. You can't say that.
It's not so different, yeah. As of recently, it's not. But 1 to 10 is super fun. It's basically a story about Gunjun, who has like these romanticized views in his head about like what the steps in a relationship should be, and how you like have to build up to like sexual like intimacy with your partner. So he's like, oh, first step is you go on a date, and then step 2 is you can hold hands. And like, I mean, he has like timelines of when you should do this stuff. Like he's very calculating about how to do it all. And so he's currently in a relationship with somebody. They end up getting to day 100, which is the day that they're allowed to sleep with each other.
Does his partner know that this is going on?
He's always in a relationship with people who like respect the fact that he's taking the relationship slow.
Yeah. But like they know specifically like I'm following this checklist, or just I'm taking it slow?
They know.
Okay.
They know. I mean, like, I don't know if they know how anal, but they know like day 100 they're planning on having sex.
Okay.
So they end up getting together. They get like a hotel, and they went on this nice date. And when he and his partner end up going to sleep together, he is not satisfied. Like it's a really bad experience. And it's mostly because the size of his partner was not great. He's like, it just doesn't work for me. Like, why is this always happening to me? And you find out that like he has this theory, but he keeps dating people up to day 100 and then like dumping them at day 100 because they're not compatible.
Yeah.
So even though they've built up all of this connection, because they're not compatible in that area, like it doesn't end up working out anyways.
It's kind of a waste of time.
So he just starts like going on like a bender. He's like drinking with his friends. He's like, why does this always happen to me? Like I have it down to a science. And they're like, yeah, no kidding. Probably too much of a science. And when he goes to complain on the phone about it in the alleyway, he sees one of his classmates, and he doesn't like recognize who it is. But the classmate recognizes him. And so he's on the phone complaining in the alleyway. He's like, I just want someone that's hung. So then he gets like really upset. He's like drunk off his ass. He's like, I just want someone who's hung. And why can't things ever work out for me? I'm a good person. And then like he realizes that someone's listening to him in the alleyway, and he's like, I'm going to go. And so when he goes to confront this guy, he's like, what are you listening to? What are you doing here? The classmate, Jung Seok, says, I'm hung. Do you want to sleep with me? And he's like, what are you? Maybe. And so they end up sleeping together and basically having like a one night stand.
Yeah.
Where Gunjun's immediately like regretful the next morning. He's like, oh my gosh, we were drunk. We shouldn't have done that. Like,
it's got to be very jarring to go from your very structured plan to a one night
no
stand.
plan at all. So then basically Gunjun's like avoiding him for a little while, but he's like, I don't know. That was kind of like, I mean, maybe it was like my first experience with that. So it was a little uncomfortable. Maybe I should like try it again. So he goes to the school, asks Jun Seok again, like, hey, can we sleep together? And Jun Seok's like, no, I'm not interested. And Gunjun is upset. And it turns out that Jun Seok basically is just like, no, like I'm pretty carefree, whatever. But like, I have to study for all these exams, and I'm really busy. And so they basically start up like almost like a friends with benefits thing, where Gunjun's like, actually, no, this is pretty nice. And you find out that Jun Seok is very interested in him as more than a one night stand. And Gunjun's kind of having to come to the realization of whether or not he's comfortable with the fact their relationship can start, but not in the like very specific order he created for himself.
Yeah.
Like he's having a hard time understanding like I can have feelings for this person, and we can have a great connection together. But it started off as a one-night stand and then became the relationship that it is. Mm-hmm. So it's very fun. I love it a lot. It's only 17 episodes in, but I was like, yeah, I need to start this one.
It sounds funny. It
is funny. I think I'm in like my romance comedy kind of era.
A rom-com?
A rom-com era. I know, like, I had talked about previously, my fantasies are coming to life. That's another rom-com one. It just keeps me laughing every single time. But yeah, so those are some kind of funnier ones. Again, it's a boy love. I think you'll like it.
Yeah. I mean, both of the first ones sound great, but I think I'm going to need to hear some more so that I can make a really informed decision.
Okay. I've got a couple more, and they're actually a little different. Okay. So maybe this will actually, like, perk up your interest. So another one I started recently is called The Queen's Secret Lessons.
Okay.
This one is basically just about Yaha, who is the queen. Like, she has just assumed the title of queen. She's just gotten married to the king of her empire. And she is brilliantly smart. Like, she has so much to offer. Like, she's beautiful. She's smart. She's, like, very poised. And basically, like, she's great at everything except her husband does not, like, want to sleep with her. Mm-hmm. Like, every time, like, she's very unfamiliar with it. Like, nobody, like, helped to kind of brace her for what to expect. And so the king essentially starts, like, neglecting her and going for this maid who he's, like, trying to boost her standing slowly. And she's like, oh, this woman's going to become a concubine. And so she has, like, all of her family pressuring her. She's like, they're like, you need to have an heir before the other, you know, maid has your heir, and then you have an actual problem on your hands.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And her brother ends up reaching out to this artist friend that he has, who it's kind of Painter of the Night-esque, because the artist friend is known for, like, a lot of his graphic imagery that he makes. And he's like, you have to teach my sister what she should be doing in order to, like, please the king so that he'll actually sleep with her and she can boost her standing. Mm-hmm. And so this guy ends up meeting her. And, like, basically at first sight, he's like, she's perfect. How am I supposed, like, how are you awkwardly supposed to teach a queen how to do this? Because you're not involved with her.
Yeah.
And he's trying to, like, describe everything. And she's like, I don't know. I'm not doing it right. Like, imagine being told what to do and having no, like, visual representation whatsoever. But so he's like, oh, this is, like, how you're supposed to do it. And here's how you should position yourself, etc. And he basically starts coaching her, like, on the side as to, like, how to catch the king's attention and, like, basically boost their intimacy again. Mm-hmm. And she's just kind of fumbling all over the place. She wants to do so well, and she's so used to doing so good at everything that she's just pissed off that, like, it's not working for her. And so basically it's now becoming this sort of, I would say almost like a love triangle, because you can tell that this artist is starting to, you know, gain feelings for the queen. He's able to, like, interact with her on a more personal level and, like, see her for who she is, which is somebody who's struggling, and no one else ever really sees her that way. And then you have the king, who obviously their relationship is starting to get better because, like, she's getting this coaching, and, like, he's like, you should make the first move sometimes, you know, and, like, trying to teach her different things to do. And so the king is, like, more pleased with, like, the changes she's making in their intimacy. And so now, like, you can kind of see the love triangle coming through.
Is she interested in both of them?
She's interested in the king in the respect that it's the king and she has a duty to fulfill.
Yeah.
I think that she feels more comfortable with the artist.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds good, but you know how I feel about love triangles. I don't like having to make a decision. You love a love triangle. I don't want to make the decision. No. What if I like the second male character?
It's like Finding Camellia.
I love the second male character.
I know.
And it's just hard to know that he's not going to be the first male character.
We had a conversation just before this about Finding Camellia and Ian being the second male lead. I still stand by my theory that whoever is doing the webcomic for Finding Camellia wants Camellia to end up with Ian.
As a Team Ian person, I fully support this.
I don't. That was the end of my sentence.
Period.
I don't. No, I mean, I think that it's fine.
It sounds interesting, though.
It's a really good one. The art is gorgeous. Of course.
Does the art look like Painter of the Night?
No, the art is different than Painter of the Night.
Okay.
Actually, though, the last one that I'll talk about today, it does look like Painter of the Night.
Okay, you've piqued my interest.
So, again, The Queen's Secret Lessons. It's super fun. It's only like 8 episodes, so It's just started out. But it's a romance on Lee's as well. So, you might want to dip your toes and read that one. So the next one that I have read, which will surprise nobody because we just talked about it on the podcast, but I did finally read Keeping My Boss on a Tight Leash because it released this past week, or I guess like a week or two ago now. It is wonderful. I love it, and I feel so bad for the main character. So basically, this is about an office worker, Nahi. And she, like, overworks herself into oblivion. Like, she doesn't really have too much going on for her. And so, like, everyone in her office, when they need extra work done and stuff like that, they just kind of push it to her. And she's like, I need money, so I guess I'll have to stay over and do this. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the owner and CEO of the company is, like, very aloof. He's rude to everybody, like, just keeps his distance. He's constantly gone on business, whatever. And, like, at company dinners and stuff like that, when Nahi is talking about how she has to work over, he's just like, okay, whatever. Like, cool. I don't care. And she's just like, that man would never know what it's like to have to work all this overtime, etc. Like, he doesn't realize that it's people like me who are keeping the company up and, like, afloat. Mm-hmm. So anyways, she goes into the office one day after work because she's going to do her overtime. And she basically has somebody come into the office and hold a gun to her head.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
And they go, tell me everything you know about this man. And it was a picture that they got of her after she, like, ran into her boss at a company dinner. And so it's a picture of her and the CEO. And, like, the picture that he shows has, like, a bunch of hearts, like, around them in, like, a frame. She's like, that's not how it fucking happened. She's like, no, you've gotten it all wrong. I have no relationship to this man. And then all of a sudden the CEO is standing in the corner and he's like, oh yeah, well, you don't even know what you're talking about. Maybe you should be asking the person you really are trying to look into. And then he shoots the robber dead.
Okay, I've got to say, this is not going where I thought it was going to go.
It wasn't for me either. So she ends up, like, she's traumatized. She's like, what the hell just happened? You just killed somebody in front of my eyes. And he's like, you better not tell anybody. And the boss got injured as well. And she's like, do I call the police? He's like, don't you fucking dare call the police. So she's like, I don't know what to do. And she takes him back home with her. And so in the moment, she's like, how do I take care of him? Oh my gosh. And he seems like he's really struggling to, like, he got shot. So she's like, oh my gosh, he's really having a hard time. And so she's like, what do I do? Do I get him water? And freaking out. And while she's freaking out, he turns into a puppy. Like a little tiny puppy. And she's even more confused than she was to start out with. The puppy ends up biting her. Mm-hmm. And then he immediately is a person again. And she's just like, I must be actually losing my mind. Like, this didn't happen.
It sounds a little bit like the snake one. I can't think of what it is. On
Cold-Blooded Beast?
Cold-Blooded Beast, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So anyways, she ends up going to work the next day and, like, she's zoning out. She's, like, in the elevator and the coworkers are like, are you gonna come out of the elevator? And she's like, oh my God, yes, I'm sorry. And she's, like, looking around at, like, where she had seen blood splatter the night before and nothing's there. Mm-hmm. She's just like, am I actually losing my mind? And so she's just kind of trying to go about her normal business. Everyone's like, oh, let's go for a coffee run. And she, like, volunteers to do it. Then the CEO, like, slams his hand on the desk and he goes, no, she's coming with me for an offsite assignment. And she's freaking out. She's like, I don't want to be alone with this psychopath. Like, I just imagine he was a dog and he bit me. And so she ends up going with him into the elevator. She's like, where's this assignment? And he's like, shut up. Just come with me. So they go down to like a basement level that doesn't even exist on the elevator. And she's like, what the fuck is going on? And it turns out that the underneath of the company is a lab. And they basically support, like, they're trying to figure out all of these different, you know, experiments for people who are shapeshifters. Because there's like a whole other aspect to life, which is just shapeshifters exist and regular people don't know about it. But the shapeshifters have to learn to live amongst everyone else. And she finds out that the boss biting her as a dog was him imprinting on her.
Oh my gosh.
So she finds out that other people who work at the company are also shapeshifters, and she just kind of has all of this information to download.
Wait, so is it everyone who works at the company? It's just like some people.
It's sprinkled in, yeah, a couple different people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only 9 episodes in. Okay. But it is very funny. I feel so deeply for Nehi because she's just been through so much. And she's constantly just like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh my gosh.
And that's how I feel.
It sounds great.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
It was different than I expected. I kind of thought it would be like a hornier story.
Yeah.
Than it seems like it is right now. But it's not. It's a fun little...
The title and the cover, like...
Yeah.
I thought that too, which is why I was very confused with the opening that you gave me.
I know. It definitely did not fit the vibe that it gave off at all. But who knows? Maybe it'll change.
Yeah.
Maybe it will become the horny stories of our dreams.
I mean, it probably will.
But it is really good. So, last but not least, the story that I've been reading that I think you'll probably like the most is called Steel Under Silk. This is a boy love on Leeson, and it is further along than a lot of the other stories. This one's 60 episodes.
Okay.
So it's a nice little binge. Yeah. Nice little chunk at once. This story... One, I will just say that the art is uncensored. So, whereas like sometimes you get those lightsabers, this is not that. It's you get the whole picture, which can be a lot. So I just need everyone to know that if you're going to join in on reading this one too.
This is your warning.
This is your warning now. But basically, the story is about Yanjo, who is from a previously noble family. He's just the son of this family. And grew up in a super comfortable life. His father ends up getting killed right before his eyes because his father was outed as like conspiring to overthrow the current king. And now that his father's been executed for treason, all of his like children and his family name and everything have been like thrown into the dirt. And Yanjo basically becomes a slave. Like, he's just doing whatever he can as a servant. And basically, he just kind of gains this life where he's like, I have nothing to lose. Like, I've lost everything, I feel like, already. And so he's just doing whatever he can to get a somewhat comfortable life. He ends up essentially becoming, like, the hookup buddy for this guy who's of a higher standing. He's, like, this representative of the king's admin. And Yanjo basically is just like, I'm going to use this guy so that I have a more comfortable life. The guy will let him sleep in a bed, which is more than he has, and we'll make sure that he gets some good food. And it turns out that in the town, a new governor is coming in. And this governor is the man who killed his father.
Ooh.
So basically, this guy is known for being... just ruthless. He's basically just the king's sword at this point. So he's sent out constantly to go and do all of these different like tasks of the king, who's very, very young, saying like, I don't feel like these people are listening to me. Just kill them. And he does. So it's very interesting. But what they don't know is that this guy kind of has a really bad habit of hooking up with men. And it's kept pretty hush-hush because nobody wants to lose their head over it or, like, expose him. But basically, this means that Yangdo kind of gets a bad idea. He basically uses the admin to get him in. He's like, I just want to be a servant for this new governor because I want a few more luxuries. And so this admin ends up vouching for him and saying like, oh, he's a great servant. He should come and serve, this house. And Yangdo continues to try to like ease himself closer to the governor. And everybody in his council kind of takes note that Yangdo's beautiful. And they all, of course, in secret hush-hush, know that the governor has, a little bit of a taste for men. And so they're like, let's devise a plan where we make him spy for us. And, like, we'll get information.
On the governor?
On the governor.
Okay.
Well, Yangdo's already ready for that.
Yeah.
He essentially is trying to get close to this governor because he's like, I could kill him. Like, he took everything from me. If I'm going to be in this standing, I might as well murder him. Yeah. And so Yangdo agrees. It gets caught immediately. Like, the governor knew everything. He's like, you think I don't keep an eye on people around me? Like, he has scars all over his face. He's like, do you think I got these scars because I trust people? Like,
oh my gosh.
And he continuously, like, calls back to killing Yangdo's family. Because after he catches Yangdo and essentially imprisons him, he looks into Yangdo's history and realizes, oh, he hates me because I killed his family. And he continues, like, calling back to it. Like, he's just like, yeah, I was the person who killed your father in front of you. And Yangdo's upset. And he's like, no, like, I'll be your concubine. Like, it's fine. I can get past that. And the governor's like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Like, you won't get past it, and that's fine. And Yangdo's just trying not to lose out on his chance, essentially, of doing this. And so he does eventually convince the governor. He's like, I respect what you had to do for the kingdom, and I will be your concubine, and I promise. And so they begin sleeping each other and starting this intimate relationship.
Yeah.
It is a very good story. It does have some twists and turns. And I'm currently still trying to piece together whether or not Yangdo really is getting feelings for him. Because as of right now, it all seems very up in the air. Like, there are certain moments you see that they're sharing together that really do feel like they're growing closer. And then there are other moments where you see him scheming behind him. He's like, this would be a perfect time to kill him. And so you really do see him wrestling with both of those feelings of like, I hate him and I love him at the same time.
So interesting. Are you completely caught up?
I am.
Okay.
All caught up with 60 episodes. It is a very good read. The story and like the plot and the way that it kind of moves forward reminds me very much of Painter of the Night.
I love Painter
of the Night. And the art is a lot softer like that.
Yeah.
So I think you would like it.
Okay. I mean, you put in a strong contender right at the end because that does sound like something I would be interested in. But in 60 episodes too, like it's the longest one. And I don't know. I'm thinking like I've kind of been like you where the shorter ones, I've just been finding it harder to read week over week. I think because we have started reading so many things that it's kind of hard to get into the zone and then immediately into another zone.
I know.
You know?
It also stinks because I know that like we are getting so many different titles coming back.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not the ones that I want to come back.
Yeah, The Fallen Duke.
I know.
That's all I can say.
The Fallen Duke.
Where is The Fallen Duke?
I'm really wanting the Fantastical After School Writing Club to come back.
Oh, me too.
I just need some comedy, I feel like, in my life.
Yeah.
And we all need the ship scene from The Fallen Duke and the Knight Who Hated Him.
And they're about to get on a ship.
They're about to get on. When else would it happen? It's perfect timing. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of good titles. Hopefully some of the ones that are further along, you'll like reading it in a burst.
Yeah, I don't know if I should say which ones I'm going to read or if I should surprise you and report back.
Surprise me.
Okay, I'll surprise you and report back.
Yeah, keep it up in the air. Let's see.
I'm not committing right now. But I did take notes during that, so I have my notes. I've got all the episode counts, the main tropes, and everything like that to report back onto.
Yeah, so now you know. Now you know some titles that you can get interested in.
Yeah.
But anyways, if you want to start reading any of these with Alex and with me, then we would love to have you joining us. And looking forward to talking to you on the next one.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.